Michael Owen's X-rated Germany rant at England teammates during famous rout. Michael Owen could not help but rush into the dressing room swearing his head off as England mauled Germany in Munich back in 2001. The two countries will meet again on Tuesday night in the Nations League, and Gareth Southgate can only dream of a similar result the last time the Three Lions were in the city. A crushing 5-1 victory that England fans will never forget, even Emil Heskey scored, as the song goes. Germany had actually taken the lead on that night at the Olympiastadion through Karsten Janker, but then the real star of the show got going. Owen equalized minutes later after a scramble in the box, volleying past Oliver Kahn. Steven Gerrard continued the Liverpool love-in when he smashed one of his usual howitzers right on the cusp of halftime. As referee Pierluigi Collina blew for the first 45 minutes, the visitors were naturally revved up, including Owen. Writing in his Telegraph column, Jamie Carragher remembered the scene in the dressing room. He wrote, "Michael Owen rushed into the dressing room like a man possessed, stared wide-eyed into the faces of his teammates, and offered a damning verdict on the opposition. 'This lot are FS,' he yelled. It was halftime in Munich, and I was one of the substitutes for England's World Cup qualifier against Germany as Michael channeled his inner Tony Adams. In the 8 years I was Michael's roommate and colleague, I never saw him so animated. Out of character or not, this was one of Owen's most sparkling performances for club or country, and he attacked the second half much like he did in the first. With the adrenaline still pumping, 3 minutes later, and he had scored his second of the match. Heskey had nodded the ball down to the then youngster, who hammered one through Kahn's grip with veins popping in his legs. But he was not done yet, latching onto Gerrard's pass to race clear of an absent German defense to net his hat trick. Paul Scholes came off the bench to set Heskey up to make it 5 in Munich on a day that will never be forgotten by most England fans. It was a performance that ultimately led to Owen winning the Ballon d'Or, the only Englishman to ever do so. Carragher continued, Owen's swaggering confidence at halftime was because he could sense the defensive vulnerabilities in Warnes and Thomas Linke, the latter of whom he had terrorized against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup final a week earlier. He knew with more accuracy he would expose them. That is what happened in the second half as Gerrard, David Beckham and Paul Scholes found their long passing radar and ran the game, and we destroyed Germany on the counter-attack. The post-match celebrations were understandably jubilant. This was a squad packed with young talent. Gerrard was 21, Ashley Cole 20, Beckham, the captain, still only 26. Sven-Göran Eriksson seemed to be the real deal, the manager who would mold this emerging force at the next summer's World Cup. Did we go overboard? Obviously yes.